If you've been following our social media feeds over the last 10 days or so, you will have no doubt seen little snippets of the advanced Boilie crusher. We took it to the Tackle and Guns trade show in Coventry over the weekend. It was met with absolutely rapturous applause from both other exhibitors and retailers alike. So what we will do is we will take a couple of minutes to run through the features and what it was designed for. The first thing that most people notice about the advanced Boilie crusher is the sheer size of it, and there is a very good reason for that. There's a lot of handheld crusher type devices out there that serve a great purpose if you're wanting to crush a small amount of Boilie for a PVA bag or to chuck in the edge, something like that. But there isn't one that you can hold directly over a bucket and crush a lot of bait very conveniently straight into the bucket. I use a massive amount of Boilie crumb in my spod mix. I find that ground bait and pellet make it too stodgy, so I use fairly coarse crumb, throw that in there. They soak up a bit of the juice but not all of it, and it makes for a much better consistency in my opinion. And that is where the advanced Boilie crusher steps in, because all you need to do is quite simply lift the lid, throw a kilo of Boilies in there, wind the handle a few times, and with a little bit of practice you can crush a kilo of Boilies in less than a minute straight into your bucket. As you can see, the crusher comes with a removable handle to make it nice and easy to transport, a see-through lid so you can see exactly how much bait you've crushed at any point. You know when to refill it without having to keep lifting the handle, and it comes with a nice robust drawstring carry bag. Okay, onto the business end, and you'll see that the crusher has an array of non-identical teeth. What that means is it creates a mixed bag of texture rather than just being one particular fine crumb or a coarse crumb. There's a little bit of everything will end up in the bucket. These teeth are stainless steel. We could have messed about and done mild steel with a chrome coating, but we want this to last. We don't want it falling apart after a few uses. So everything down here is stainless. There is no messing about whatsoever. A recurring question that we were asked at Tackle and Guns was just how efficient is it? Can you put a number on it? And that number is, with a little bit of practice, a kilo a minute. 1 kilo all goes in at the same time. Just close the lid, and the way to get the best out of the crusher is a few turns forwards and a few turns backwards. And what that does is it makes sure that the Boilies move about rather than all getting clumped up. They move backwards and forwards across the teeth and all crush up nice and easily. As you can see, that's almost finished. I don't know how long that's taken, but I hope it's less than a minute. And then I shall whip the crusher off, and as you can see, I've got a kilo of crumb baits in around about a minute. I've got some really fine crumb, I've got some coarse crumb, I've got a bit of everything. Now, we understand that crushing a kilo of Boilies at a time will sound a ridiculous amount for some people. Believe it or not, it's not enough for everyone. So what we've done is we've made a foldable hopper extension. What that does is it slots into the holes that are moulded into the top edge of the crusher, and it ups the capacity to 5 kilos at a time. These are an optional extra and will be available to purchase alongside the crushers for those people who want them. With regards to release, we are aiming for late autumn, and the crushers will be available from retailers nationwide at around about £35, with the hopper extension coming in at around about £12.